Had the chance on Friday to hang out with some coworkers. Got to leave work early. We were celebrating and bidding farewell to a coworker who was retiring, and got to hear some great stories. I love talking to people who have been in whatever industry you work in for a long time. In his case, there were a lot of stories about how things used to be that are so different from now. It's like smoking in the workplace and needing to wear a tie. Stories about using punch cards for computers or not having computers at all. Just different things, different ways that the workplace used to be, different things they used to have to do. But one thing that was interesting too, aside from the history that he got to tell, was what he planned to do next now that he's retired. And it's not too surprising. I guess it's not too interesting for most people that he said he's going to be doing a lot of fishing and a lot of golfing. And, who wouldn't want to be in those shoes, right? Who wouldn't want to be able to spend their time as you like, doing whatever leisure activity you would prefer? But it did make me think further. I've thought about this before and talked to other people about it, about what happens once you do retire and preparing for what's next. I didn't talk to him about it, but a previous coworker who I had the chance to talk to when he was retiring, I asked him what he's doing to plan for his post-retirement, or if he's planning for his post-retirement. And he, of course, didn't know what I was talking about. And I explained that what happens after this life. You're in the retirement phase, and then what comes next? Your post-retirement life, your afterlife. And he said, well, nobody really knows what comes next. And I don't agree with that. Well, I partially do, because no one really knows until you're there. You can't say firsthand until you're in that situation, until you're in the afterlife. But there's a lot of evidence and a lot of stories and a lot of books even written on the topic of people who have experienced near-death experiences. If you look on Amazon, there's 81 pages of books, not 81 books, but 81 pages of books. If you Google it, you can also find a ton of options for people who have near-death experiences. And so is that conclusive proof? Depends on how you look at it. It certainly seems to indicate, and it certainly seems to provide some evidence of an afterlife. So what are you doing to prepare for that afterlife, especially if you're in retirement years? Playing golf and going fishing, hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with watching lots of baseball, watching lots of sports. Nothing wrong with taking it easy and pursuing hobbies and relaxing, because life is hard, especially in your career. It takes a lot of time and effort, and who doesn't want to take a break from that? But there's not a whole lot of time left if you're in that phase of life. Heck, there might not be a whole lot of time left in my phase of life or in my son's phase of life, because nobody really knows how many days or hours are left in their life until the end comes. But especially in retirement, you can be rest assured there's most likely less time left on this earth. So if there is an afterlife, and the things that you do on this earth are the things that prepare you and prepare whatever the circumstances would be for your afterlife, whether it's heaven or hell or rewards in heaven for whatever tasks or things you do here. But at the very least, I would think if you're in retirement, you would be giving that a lot of thought, right? Because it matters more now than ever, and you have more time now than ever. So if you're in your retirement years, I would encourage you to think about the things, prepare for what comes next. Think about what that looks like. And if you don't know, or if you're not sure you believe in these things, it's a good time to find out, right? Because you're not going to have any more time to figure this out once your end is here. Once you run out of time, right? Time is limited. So use it wisely. And if you're not in retirement years yet, then I would still encourage you to prepare for your post-retirement even now. Because again, you don't know when your time will end.